And welcome to the Carolina Panthers training camp report, day 3 today. I'm the coach, Dick Cox, joined by Sam Green. Well, Sam, the Panthers could not have asked for a better day today to have had the ideal weather for practice. As it's breezy right now, it's cool, nothing like what we went through yesterday afternoon.
Started raining, they played through it. Ended up in a drizzle, and then now it's just beautiful. It was a little bit of overcast, but that's the perfect playing weather.
Okay, a good day on the practice field. This was the first day the Panthers have put on full gear. They're not going really full contact. Won't do a whole lot of that through training camp, but made it through the first day in full gear with no injuries today,
Sure
too.
did.
So, the big surprise of training camp so far has been the play, I think, of Kelvin Benjamin.
Definitely.
How being out for with the knee injury and all like that, yesterday we saw him make a great catch, double covered, goes up in a crowd, makes a catch, and everybody kind of held their breath because they got tangled up and slow to get up though. But I think that he is really going to have a huge year coming back this year.
Not only that, he was over there on the sideline catching punts with towel in one hand and helmet in the same hand and catching it one arm. So that was impressive too, just messing around and still catching the ball.
The biggest thing was I taught him how to make an ice cream sundae today.
You did?
Yes, when we were at the ice cream bar over there, I had to teach him the art of doing that, where you put your strawberries down first, you put your ice cream down next, then you put some more strawberries on, and then you mix in about 3 different types of nuts, and then you crumble up your cookie on it too.
He was impressed with that. He didn't think that one through before.
Right, he was amazed with that though, and after I left, I saw him over there trying to build his own.
Gave him a chuckle.
Maybe he learned something today too.
He applied it.
As we're standing here right now too, we're watching the video, the people go by in their carts. We see Thomas Davis is souped up go-kart down there that he's got there though. But kind of interesting, the different modes of transportation these guys bring to camp with them though. Which one has been the one that you've enjoyed the most?
Thomas Davis, definitely. I mean, it's custom, all the colors match and coordinate, and he's blaring his music. He's got his awesome sound system, and it's crazy that they can pull all that together just for training camp.
Well, and I asked him, I said, are you going to let, when training camp's over, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to let your kids drive it? He said, no, the kids are not driving this one, though. He said, the one I had last year, he said, I gave it away. But, that thing's got seat belt, stereo, a net around it there, though. Got 4 seats where I wonder if he charges his teammates or whether you have to be special to ride with him.
I don't know. I mean, that thing's nicer than my car, so.
It is pretty nice. That is a Can-Am, I think, vehicle that he's got right there though, and it's a new one. I think he gets a new one every year for camp though. Getting back to camp right there though, that the Panthers, nothing really spectacular going on, calm, no fights, no things like that, no controversy or anything, but just going about the simple routine of trying to get better every day and trying to get back to the Super Bowl again.
Interviews went well today too.
Yes, they did. What interview did you enjoy the most today?
I'm a big Luke fan, so obviously that, but also it was cool to talk to Braxton Deaver. I went to same high school with him, so just talking to him about his experience at Providence and the good advice that he was given by Coach Randy Long there, and said he hasn't spoken to him in a while, but that, some of the advice that he was given back from high school that he still keeps in the back of his mind when he's out there on the field. So it was really cool to talk to him about that, and then talked to Luke Kuechly about his trip during the off season to Fort Myers, and asked him his favorite part, and he just gave a little chuckle and said that he liked to go fishing and when his family cooked for him. So just shows that he's a down-to-earth guy and good guy on the field, obviously, as he's an amazing player, but also just as good of a guy off the field.
Interesting that they brought in 2 guys that were free agents today. Both of them played at Duke.
Sure
The other one was Jeremy Cash, who I had interviewed before at ACC Media Day. But very interesting that I like that when he hangs up the cleats, he wants to be an FBI agent. And he said right now that he's still concentrating on football. And I know it's been hard on him. He was the ACC Defensive Player of the Year last year, but he was a defensive back. Now he's trying to make that transition from defensive back to a linebacker, and there is a guy sitting down there in a go-kart that made that transition pretty good. That Thomas Davis was a strong safety at Georgia and made the change to linebacker. But Luke Kuechly said that Cash was a pretty smart guy and seemed to be pretty smooth in making that transition.
He had a good outlook on it, and he was excited to transition. So we'll hope for the best.
Had some fun with Luke Kuechly, talking with him about coming in and all. He gave a great recommendation to one of our sponsors, the Beacon Drive-In, though. But he came in a day early, went to Krispy Kreme donuts, passed out donuts, and was talking about how he enjoyed watching them come off the assembly line and was hoping he would get a free one. Then he talked about going to the Beacon and how it's kind of a lively place there. If you have not been to the Beacon, get you a slice of plantain, though. But he was talking about what gracious portions they give you and the good food there, and recommended people for that, though. But you know, we've talked about this during lunchtime today, though. It's just great to see Luke Kuechly is one of the premier players and faces of the NFL, but more importantly, he's a great guy too.
Down to earth, will talk to anyone, and you know, treats himself as an equal compared to just the regular everyday fan. I mean, he doesn't see himself as superior or any different. He's just down to earth and goes about his day.
All right, Panthers will be back on the field in the morning for practice again. This will be practice, their second practice in pads, their fourth practice overall, and going to be kind of curious to see. There's several positions that need to be won up for grabs right now in the secondary. You've got some people there, and I'm going to be curious to see too the punter race that they've got to go back, and that Nortman's gone now. I think he signed with Jacksonville, though, but that is a very key position because last year he was solid in the punt game, did not have a whole lot of returns though, but did a good job of pinning people deep. So, you know, your kicking game, people don't realize that that is an important phase of the game when you can, you know, keep the team, when you can win the battle of field position and not have the short punts, bad punts. So that's going to be a key position that the Panthers have to fill.
Absolutely.
So, as you can see, the field in the background right now, they're cutting the grass down there. Sprinklers been on. Speaking of sprinkles, I feel a little rain out here right now. We might get some more.
Better wrap it up.
We better wrap it up before the rains come, though. But we will be reporting tomorrow for day 4 here from Wofford College. We're at Gibbs Stadium right now. She is Sam Green. I'm the coach, Dick Cox. We'll be back for more fun tomorrow. See you then. Goodbye, everybody.